Welcome to our class. So we've got a class all on upper back. Well, not all on upper back, full body, but with the focus on our upper back. Let's turn this down a little bit. Okay, let's find a nice easy seat. It's quite a long warm up for our upper back and our shoulders, so take your time with it. We'll start with our regular one. Let's sit up nice and tall, or maybe you want to be on your bolster. That might feel a little bit better for you. If you're leaning forward, take it back. If you're leaning back, bring it forward a little bit. Let's place our hands up. Soften through our shoulders and close our eyes. Let go of your day. Let any tension or any thoughts that aren't serving you in a good way, just let them go. Let them float right out the window. Letting go of any expectations that you might have had on your day or your practice, and bringing our whole awareness into ourselves. Let's begin with our mountain pose, seated and flowing, breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, bringing the hands back towards the earth. Just flow all on your own as we anchor down through our sit bones and honor our breath, matching our movement tonight to our breathing. Honoring any injuries, any limitations that we might have today with this body. We'll bring it all the way up to the top and slide our hands down to our hearts. Let's make a little, bring our knuckles together and our thumbs together at the bottom, right here. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. You made a heart. All right. Let's do our warm up. Sorry. You know I'm cheesy. That's just how it is. Breathe in, reach up. And left hand down, right hand up. Sweep up again. Let's have both hands reach up and then tip over. Flowing side to side, matching your breath. Letting go of any judgment, any competition. You can go as far down as you want to, right down to your forearm if you want to. Really depends. Last one, and we'll add some twists on. This time opening up our wings and twisting over to one side. Again, opening, twisting over to the other, keeping our core strong. And thinking about that upper body, that upper back facing the front and then facing more towards maybe the knee or the side. Last one, bringing our hands back behind us. Let's open up into our chest expansion and then bring our hands to our heart center and take a little dive forward. Hands come back again. We open up, inhale, exhale, dive forward. You can keep your hands back or bring your hands to heart. And again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive forward. Let's warm up our lower back. Last one. And we'll put that part of our warm up together. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, hands towards the earth. Breathing in, reaching up, tipping over to your right side, all the way back up and over to the other side. Opening our wings this time and twisting over to one side. Opening up. Other side, hands come back behind us. Breathe in and dive forward with or without your hands in front of you. And we'll rise back up one more time for that warm up. Breathe in, reach up. Tip over to your left side. Reaching, tipping over to the other side. Opening up the wings, twisting over to one side. And then the other. Hands back behind us. Our spine should be fairly warm by now. Open up and dive forward. Wonderful. Let's bring our elbows in towards our rib cage, anchor through our sit bones. We've got some space between our fingers and go out and in. Inhale, opening. Exhale, bringing those elbows back in towards our rib cage. Actively reaching. We're going to warm up all parts of our back. And then let's go up a little bit more. So not quite straight up, but more towards the ceiling than the walls. Actively, as we draw the elbows down towards the rib cage, our head is reaching, like we're just peeking our head out of a turtle shell or a mountain, peeking through the clouds. Last one. We'll reach both of our arms up, hands facing each other. Seated mountain anchoring through the backside. Hands come back behind our head. And we'll take our right elbow towards the left side. Staying relatively tall, and then over to the other side. It's okay if one cheek lifts up a little bit, no big deal. Back up. Let's reach our left arm up. And our right hand over to our left knee, and then right shoulder towards right knee. Breathe, feel, listen. All the way back up. Right hand reaches straight up. We'll take that left hand over to the knee, and then shoulder towards the elbow. I mean knee. Let's come back up and do 2 or 3 seated cat and cow. So we tuck the tailbone under and then roll through, open the chest. So in cat pose, our hands are kind of holding onto our knees as we lean back. And then in cow, we draw the elbows around the rib cage. A few more, one vertebrae at a time. Just check in. How's your spine doing this week, today? Last one of those. We'll bring our hands up, clasp them together, take them back behind our head. And now our left elbow going towards our right knee. Coming all the way up and over to the other side. Amazing. We'll bring it all the way up. Taking the left elbow just over to the left like we did before, a little rounding of the back as we come forward. As we come around, we lift that left elbow back up and lead us back up to the top. So it's a tip, a little bit of a lean. It's a big circle on this one. Elbow leading the way at first. Last one going this direction. We'll come up nice and tall, take the right elbow towards the right side and a little tip. And then we open up that right elbow and it lifts us back up over to one side. So make sure you're not pushing on your head or anything like that. Last one. Nice long warm up for our upper back. And we'll make our way to cat and cow. Take your time. You could do your cat and cow seated still if that feels a little bit better for you, or you can come into our all fours position. A little change state if you want to. You'll take your left hand to where your right hand is and your right hand to where your left hand was. Fingertips can face the front or they could face out east to west or to the long edges of your mat. And let's move through cat and cow in this way. Notice the difference. Maybe the upper back feels more open. Maybe this feels nicer for your wrists. Move with your breath. Drawing up some energy from the earth into our wrists, all the way up into our arms. Last one. Right back to child's pose, unless you'd like to go right up into downward facing dog. That's up to you. You can massage our forehead down. Or moving into downward dog if you'd like to, lifting up. Completely up to you. We're gazing up between our hands now, coming forward into a kneeling plank, and then going down onto a forearm plank, kneeling. Do some hip drops. Just like I promised you some core work, and you're about to get the first awakening of your core, or full plank. So we drop our left hip down, we come onto the inside and the outside of the feet. Then we make a half circle and drop the other one down, side to side. Think of like someone having a string or something on the back of your pants and lifting you up, making that half circle. So really actively engage the hips, lift them up a little bit, drop them over to the side. Great work. When you're ready, we'll meet right on our bellies. Right on. So forearms come forward. So we've got a little bit of work through Sphinx and a cat back. So in our Sphinx, now let's lift our belly up off the mat and round our shoulders. And then bring the belly back to the mat, shine the chest through. Engage the core, lift. Maybe you're looking back at your knees, maybe not. And then go back down into Sphinx. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale into that rounded back. Great job. Upper back nice and warm. All right, let's slide our hands underneath our shoulders, press up and back to child's pose or downward dog. Whatever feels nice for you. You can have a wide leg downward dog or a wide leg child's pose, whichever one works. Take a moment to reconnect with your breathing, to reconnect with the feeling of the air in the body. We inhale to all fours wherever we might be and move into spinal balance, reaching our left arm forward, left, and the opposite foot back. So let's move through side to side, keeping our torso strong, steady, our gaze down on the mat, long neck. We can close our eyes and move at our own pace. Anytime it feels better to rest, honoring your body and taking a little rest today. Last one. Wonderful. So our left hand staying right where it is. Let's take our hips back towards our heels and our right hand back behind our head to open up. If that feels too far for your hand, you can slide it in a little bit more. Other side, so that right hand out a little bit. Our hand supporting our head as we open up with our elbow. Revolved child's pose or variation of it tonight. All right, now you will take a child's pose or downward dog. Do whatever works for you. Massaging our foreheads down or downward dog. We'll just practice our half series a couple times before we move on. Inhale forward into a full or kneeling plank. Exhale down to our bellies. We'll open up into cobra or up dog. Belly, and then press the earth away and sit it back to child's or downward dog. Let's flow through that 3 more times. Move at your own pace. Or rest. Last one. Amazing. Coming back to that forearm plank and then lifting up into dolphin. So we're not going to stay in dolphin too long. If you want to watch first, we're up high and then we're going to shift forward. So lifting up and going forward. Really strengthening our shoulder girdle. So right in between our shoulders and our upper body. So you're in dolphin and then you're looking forward. So the hips are rising and then coming slightly down, but they're always staying above your shoulders. Great job. All right, let's drop our knees down and bring the right foot up between the hands. And we'll lift up, bring our hands behind our head, opening up our chest. And today we've got our hip right on top of our knee instead of hinging forward. We'll get to that later. Let's tuck a little bit and then open up. You can even bring your elbows together if you'd like to, and then open. Last one. And we'll switch sides. So framing that front foot, pushing back to down dog or all fours and sweeping the other foot up. Knee goes down and we make sure to reposition that hip up above. We'll bring our hands back and we'll tuck, whoa, and then open. I swear I haven't had any wine today. I don't know why I'm so wobbly. Last one. Framing our front foot. Let's push off the back one, forward fold, breathe on out. Flowing through our halfway lift, coming halfway up and then exhaling, folding. All on your own, take your time. Amazing, all right, let's lift up into chair pose, breathing in. And then exhaling into our cactus arms. So we're gonna use these arms quite a bit today, bringing our elbows up towards our shoulder height, drawing the shoulder blades back. Wonderful, rise up and go back down to our flowing chair with cactus arms. Close your eyes. We've got some space between our feet, our hips are shifting back. Our core is strong, steady, and supporting our spines. Right into a flowing airplane flow, hinging at the hips, reaching the hands back. Palms face the floor, we sweep back up, palms face up towards me. Hinge, they face the floor. The chest is wide, back up. As we go down, the shoulder blades hug the spine. Up we go again. The chest facing up towards me and then facing the floor. Amazing. One more flowing airplane. And we'll meet in a mountain pose. Let's meet extended. Our palms facing each other. Great job. Reaching actively up. And if you want to, you'll grab a hold of that right wrist, take a little tip over, soften the knees, or bend your elbows, support your head, and reach the opposite hand down. We'll reach back up, breathe in, and tip over with one of the options that works for your body. Great job. All right, let's step our left foot back. We'll turn towards the windows, make our way into our moonflowers, where our focus today is going to be really on the upper body. So as we sink down, our elbows go back. As we reach up, maybe our thumbs touch. Just close those eyes. Check in with the knees, making sure they're tracking towards the middle of our feet. We're breathing and listening to our breath. Last one, turning that into a sunflower. We hinge towards the floor, reach down and then press into both of our feet, sweep back up. Flowing on your own. Amazing. Keep on going. Great warm up. All right, we'll hold it up in a star pose as we actively reach our fingertips in opposite directions. Breathe, we're pressing into both of our feet. And then we'll bring our hands down to shoulder height. Turn our toes towards the long edge and hinge at our hips and just go halfway, stopping. Drawing the elbows up a little bit, shoulder blades more towards each other, but keeping some space between our earlobe and our shoulder. You can keep our gaze down on the mat or our eyes closing. So we use our core to hold us here, and we have a little bend in our knees. And we'll rise on back up. Let's bring our palms together, bring them down towards our heart. No more heart stuff though, don't worry. Turn towards the front of the mat, sweep it on up. And let's go through some sun salutations with, we're doing cactus arms for each one of our lunges. Or you could go into chest expansion instead. So just a little bit more unsteady. Cactus arms are more steady. Let's come up. Here we go. Oh, Sinead O'Connor. Okay. There's a good one for Valentine's Day. All the way up. Big breath. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Folding, breathing out. Left foot back, either chest expansion or your cactus arms for your lunge. Back to downward dog or child's pose. Can hold here, my friends, and rest or flow forward, down. Open the heart, shine it towards me. To the belly or right back to downward dog. Right foot between the hands. Choose your arms for your lunge today. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, we come up. Core is strong and we fold again. Sweeping up to the sky, root to the world. Make your way into chair. Choose where you'd like your arms today. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain, a strong mountain with our legs engaged. And again, sweep up. Dive your heart towards your thighs. Halfway lift in and fold again. Right foot back. Choose where you'd like your lunge today, kneeling or up, cactus arms or not. Back to downward dog or child's pose. Resting or flowing. Take your time through your half series. Everybody online and here in studio knows this half series. Let's bring the left foot up between the hands. Take your time. Make sure it's safely placed up there. Choose your arms. And then forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold. Breathe out. Sweep to the sky. Reach up for the moon. Chair pose. Choose your arms. All the way back up. And meet in mountain. We've got a couple more. Sweep all the way up. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift, so those shoulders draw up, and then we relax them. Left foot back. Find your lunge, choose your arms. And back to down dog or child's pose. Dispersing the weight into both of our hands and feet, and then choosing to flow or rest. Honor your breath. Meeting back in downward dog. Bringing the right foot up between the hands. Take a look where you're going to place it. Give it a hand, maybe rise up. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale, roll those shoulders back. And fold again. Sweeping up. Chair pose, breathing out. Back up, breathing in. Exhaling to our mountain. Let's do one more. Up, dive, halfway, fold, right foot back. Find your lunge. Downward dog. Can stay here, my friends, or flow through your half series, or take a little rest. Until you meet back. In your downward dog, left foot up between the hands, safely place it far enough up there. Rise to your lunge. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold again. Sweeping all the way up. Find your chair pose. Back up we go. And meeting in mountain pose. Great work. Time to move on. So we should be nice and warm. There's fans around if you want. I guess I should turn this one on. Grab a drink if you brought one. If you didn't, I've got some out in the hallway. Just a little bit closer to us, Ange. Okay, so we've got some lunges. I've got an albatross pose, a skier pose, and another pose, wood chopper. Wood chopper, that's what it was. Lots of fun stuff tonight, all about a focus on our upper back. So we'll start in some lunges, right foot forward and our left foot back, back heel high. We'll sink down into our leg, reaching through our heel and rise up, palms face each other. Sink down only as far as you want to, pressing into both of your feet. You can honor your shoulders or your back a little more by hands at heart. Checking in with how it feels to close our eyes. Our right hand forward, our left hand back. A nice high, twisted lunge. The hips are still facing forward though, so we twist it up above our belly button. Back to our lunge, reaching up. Our palms are facing each other right now. As we hinge, we're reaching our hands back towards our back heel. They're right now facing each other. Ooh. Let's face them towards the floor as we open up across our chest. Actively reaching through those fingertips and the opposite feeling, reaching through the crown of the head. Step to the top of your mat into a wide chair, so wider than normal. Our arms are going to reach up. So this is wood chopper. It actually can be right down here if you want to be into a garland squat. We go up, just like it sounds, wood chopper. Either reach back. So if you're taking care of your knees, don't go down too far. If you're okay getting deep into your squat, getting deep into your squat. Kind of like, oh my gosh, what are those kettlebell swings? Arms aren't doing much, it's those hips. Coming forward. Last one. Reach it all the way up. Let's bring our hands to our sides and step the other foot back now. So that'll most likely be your right foot into our high lunge, bending our left knee. Sink it down. We got our heart rate up, so find that breath again. Settle into your poses. And letting go of how we might think these poses should look. Let's bring our hands in front of us and then reach the right hand back, keeping that left knee so it's still facing the front of your mat. Breathe. Great job. Bring it back to your lunge, rise up, and then a hinge forward. Actively reaching back and then turning our palms towards the floor. Feel the length of your neck. We'll come back up, turn that right heel down onto the mat, turn the toes towards the short edge, long edge of your mat, and just tick-tock them in maybe about 2 tick-tocks. So we've done bear quite a bit. That's that one where we're resting our belly on our thighs. Albatross is just a little bit different. The belly is not on our thighs. We have a big bend and we're reaching long here like this. So if that doesn't feel good, we've got a big bend in our knees. We're hinging, arms are wide. And if it feels okay, you can draw those shoulder blades together to lift those hands up a little more. The core is strong, steady. The breath is full. We're strengthening our upper back. We're stretching. Sorry, ladies at home, I didn't show you. Let's rise it on up. Amazing job. Reaching our palms long, touching them together up towards the ceiling. Just find that little stretch. We're going to do our albatross one more time. Open up our wings, bend our knees, hinge down. Think of what you might see if you were an albatross flying over top of your house. We'll release that pose. You bring your hands to your knees, help yourself up. Tick-tock those feet even a little bit closer together, but not quite as far as they normally go. Hands come back behind us. And this will be skier's pose. Bend the knees, hinge forward. Still bend the knees. The hips are going back slightly, but the head is reaching forward. You can have your hands either on your back or reaching up. Oh, we should do an Olympic theme before the end of this week. All right, my friends, come on up. Let's release those hands. Whew. Okay, we got to make it down onto the mat. So take your time coming back up to the tops of your mats for eagle pose. So we're going to do eagle standing tonight plus eagle crunches down on the mat. So you may want a block for your eagle. We'll be taking our right knee over top of our left, where maybe you can bring it right back behind your calf. Maybe not. Maybe just touch it on your mat, on your block, and try to reach it back a little bit with your block. So that left knee must bend. And then our right elbow will come up and we'll sweep the left under. This is where we can choose to move into eagle arms or give yourself a little hug instead. Strengthening our ankle, keeping some engagement in our thighs, our core, whilst the neck is long. Great. Let's release and come up. Whew. So we're going to work on 10 breaths on the other side too. Find your balance. And then check it out on this side. We bring it around, cross the legs together. Maybe that foot wraps around the back of your calf. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it comes to your block or nowhere. Left elbow up, right elbow goes under. Choose to give yourself a good old fashioned hug, pat on the back, or we lift our elbows up towards our shoulder height, palms together, and we sink. Breathe. Let go of any thoughts that are not here. And release. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders. Draw our elbows together and then back. You can close your eyes so that we must focus on our balance a little bit. And then we'll bring the elbows together and then slightly apart about shoulder height, lift them up and then slide them back and down. Bring them forward, lift, back and down. Last one. And I just have one more flow of goddess. Actually, I got a little more than that. A little bit more for us standing up. So right foot forward, left foot back. Our toes on angles. We bend our knees and come into a goddess pose with an option today to have hands together, biceps by ears, and then a hinge at the hip. Maybe this feels great. Maybe it doesn't. Do what feels good for you. Then hands come to the knees. They can stay there or go to the floor. Our back is still relatively straight. And we straighten the legs, reach our arms up. And tick-tock our feet together to come back to mountain. All right, time to move into humble warrior. Right foot forward. our left foot going back. So that left foot goes back, heel goes down, we sink into the leg, our hips are slightly forward. So humble warrior, you can feel free to clasp hands or just hold on to your opposite forearm or wrist, or reverse prayer pose. And we take a little look at our front toe and start our hinge, our humble bow down. Our neck is still long, both of our feet still taking equal weight. Bowing humbly down today. We'll lift our back heel, we'll rise up into a high lunge. Working towards straightening out this right leg whilst we bring our left foot through and up. Put it forward. Let's point and flex a few times. I'm really close to the camera. Point and flex a few times. We'll keep it flexed and move into reverse prayer with our hands, or hold on to your forearms. Try to lift your leg just a sweet little bit more. And if you want to, we'll do dancer now. I think we have a little bit of time. Hand goes around the ankle, or you put a strap, or you just hold on to even the back of your pants. And today's variation of dancer, you can stay up with your quad stretch here, or reach your right hand for the floor. Or block. When you're ready, we'll come back up. Oh, that's a juicy one. That's like the 50th variation of dancer we've seen this month. Let's do our humble warrior on the other side. So maybe put that block up to the top of your mat. Left foot forward, right foot goes back, the heel goes down, our chest is still forward. We're bending our right knee. Rise up. Turn the thumbs back to clasp the hands together, open across the chest. Still sinking into a leg, and then if it feels okay, bowing humbly down, thankful for all of the gifts today. Feel the length of your spine as we press into both of our feet. Reach through the crown of the head, hands reaching back. We'll rise up into our lunge, lift our back heel. And now straightening out our left leg as we bring our right foot forward and through. Flexing our foot. This is great for your knee health. Or reverse prayer comes back behind us. Fingertips come together, maybe just holding on to your forearms. Breathe. Whew. And then you can stay with this, which you might not want to, or go into our dancer's pose. So our right hand reaching for our right ankle or a strap. You can use the wall. You can enjoy this quad stretch. We just worked our quad in that pose prior. Now we're stretching, or we're hinging down. Might be able to get a little further on one side compared to the other. Just play around with it. See how good it feels. And then we're going to make our way to the floor. I promised you we'd eventually get there. That's a long time up top, a really long time. So let's get our core work on. Come into boat pose tonight with cactus arms. Make yourself comfortable. Find a connection back down into the earth. Reach up with the chest and the head. We'll lean back, first with our arms up, feet up or down. Palms face the front and move into cactus arms. So let's go up and down. You can close your eyes. Keep the core engaged while we're moving through. You can put your feet down if that feels a little more connected. Wonderful. All right. Our hands come down to the mat. Our elbows face towards each other, and we come down onto the mat. So you can be here. This is more of a supported fish pose, no weight on our head. Opening up the chest. You can look up at the ceiling if that feels nice. Widening across the heart. Or you can keep your chin tucked towards your chest, like you're holding a tennis ball or a mandarin orange or something under your chin. Great job. Engage the core, maybe bend the knees to help yourself back up. Sleeping swan today. So the left knee is going to bend, right foot going right back behind us onto the kneecap. So normally our pigeon pose, our knees out here, right? Sleeping swan, it goes into the center. And we can lie back down on that leg or slightly over to one side, the opposite side. Just see how it feels, which one feels better for you. More of a swan. I've also heard this one called deer pose. Don't fall asleep in sleeping swan. As much as that would feel great. Let's bring our hands to frame that knee. Push ourselves up. Tuck our back toes onto the mat. Push back. Downward dog. Take a stretch here. And then sweep that opposite knee up to the center of the hands. And come forward onto the thigh. Or slightly over to one side, whatever works better for you. You can rest your belly on your leg and reach your arms forward. Amazing job, everybody. Could stay in this pose forever. Feel free to do this again later. Bring your hands forward. We'll tuck the toes and go right down onto our bellies for seal pose. Pretty similar to a lot of the poses that we do have. We'll bring our cup hands in front of us. Sorry, guys. Cup hands. And then slowly walk them closer to the body as we lift up our chest. To our seal, strengthening our fingers. Rolling the shoulders down from the ears. Engage the back. Release a little bit of the tension in the glutes, not all of it. And let's bring it back down. You can rest your head right on your hands. If you want to, take a little rock side to side for your lower back with your hips. A little flow today. We'll lift our chest up and our hands reach back, our kneecaps up for our locust. Exhale, inhale, open. Legs and arms, back to locust. And hands come in front. Let's do that again. We come up into locust. Opening slightly up. Back. And release. A few more, all on your own, or take a little rest. Last one. Great job, everybody. Let's bringing our hands underneath. Let's be more towards our bottom of our ribs, elbows together. We're working on pushing up, tucking our toes into Chaturanga. So from the floor, engage the core, Chaturanga. So we just come slightly up. Slowly lower back down. Oh, okay, you can do that from the knees if it feels better. Try it again. So it's like you're squeezing a beach ball between your arms at the back, either toes tucked or on your knees. Engage the core, lift up. We're looking in front of our hands and shaking and coming back down. Not sure if there's a graceful way to get out of that one. Okay, let's push it up and back to child's pose. You made it almost to the end. Take a rock side to side if that feels good for you. Let's walk our hands all the way over to one side of our mat. Amazing job, everybody. All the way over to the other side. And have as much space as you want for your knees. Let's go back to our regular child's pose, or reach your hands back towards your heels. Great job. All right, we'll be making our way onto our back for our eagle crunches. So take your time sweeping your feet around. We've got eagle crunches, a bridge variation, and an option to do wheel. Although wheel's not part of my practice, it might be part of yours, so we'll have that option today. All right, let's cross our right knee on top of our left. We're bringing some tension to the inner thighs, and then right elbow on top of the left. And we try to bring our elbows to our knees, lift our shoulder blades, lift our lower back, and then extend. You can even tap the toe and the finger to the floor, and then come back. So you've got 5 or 6 on one side, and then you'll switch. Good job. This is it's like you're stretching and really working your core. So once you've hit 5 or 6 on one side, you can switch your legs and do the other side. Amazing job trying to bring our elbow to our knee, and we can do a full extension, toes down, fingers down, and then come back. Once you've done your 5 or 6 on that side, you can slowly lower your back down, unravel your legs, unravel your arms, take a rock side to side, massage the lower back down a little bit. Moving into bridge pose, our variation today, once we get up into bridge pose, if you'd like to, instead of the one-legged bridge where we reach the foot to the sky, we're placing one foot on the opposite thigh and coming up into a one-legged bridge. So you could put the sole of your foot even right on your thigh. A different fun variation. Switching sides, you can come down in between. So about 5, maybe 10 breaths between each one. Keep on breathing, friends. Slowly lower it down. So now we're moving back up into bridge, or if wheel is part of your practice, you can move into wheel. So wheel, I can't quite get there, but the feet go down just like a bridge, only our hands come beside our heads, fingertips pointing towards our shoulder blades. We want to take most of the weight into the feet to try to lift yourself up into your wheel, or just a bridge with me, whatever works for you. Wherever you are, we're not having any weight on our head, and we're honoring our backs tonight. What am I hearing? Something cracked over there. Slowly lower out of your bridge. Amazing job. Let's take the knees in again. Take a little rock. We'll bring our knees to 90 degrees so those knees go on top of our hips. We can have our shins parallel to the floor, and then open up our wings, palms facing up. If it feels okay, dropping our knees over to one side. Once you get there, if you'd like to extend your top leg, that might feel good. Whatever works for you guys. All right. So good. All right, let's take it all the way to the other side. Maybe one knee at a time or both. They slowly go over. And then we can, if it feels good, extend that top leg. We're coming towards our Savasana. So once you're ready from there, unwinding. If there's another pose that you'd like to do today, you can add that in. Maybe it's happy baby pose or a variation of fish pose. Grab something comfortable. Maybe it's socks, an eye cover. And we'll settle into our Savasana. Oh, Heather, you're still there. You got a hot date. Don't forget. Okay. Settle on down. Take your time. Start to let the body sink down. There's no rush. Just a gentle noticing of how you're feeling now. Notice your breath, the sound of your own breath inside your body. See it, feel it, connect. Our Shavasana tonight has a focus on staying present in the moment. Some simple ways we can add that into our daily life. Maybe while you're driving or taking a walk, allow a red light or a stop sign, or any pause to bring you to the present moment. At the stop or the pause, feel the breath in your body. Extend through the crown of your head. Move your head from the right to the left. And exhale. Become aware of how your body is feeling and where to choose to focus your mind. While we're walking, choosing a quiet time of day, ideally when you could maybe be by yourself in nature. As you're walking, taking a deep breath and feeling your body. Listen and take in all the sounds around you. Moving one foot and feeling it connect and press into the ground like you're kissing the earth with the soles of your feet. Feel the other foot as it moves and presses into the earth. Walk slowly. Feeling your breath, your body, open to the sights and sounds around you. Imagine that each time you're putting a foot down, you are thanking the earth for supporting your life. Feel the air on your skin during your walks and be in the present moment. Find a rhythm and notice when the mind wanders. Bringing our awareness once again to our breath. Visualize yourself standing at the sandy edge of a beautiful, expansive lake. It's so big you can't see the end of it. The water is calm and it has a golden glow. Lift one foot and dip your toes in the lake. Feel the light come into your toes as warmth. Imagine stepping both feet in the shallow, clear, luminous water, and allow the light to come into your feet and ankles, moving up your body. Feel your torso and inner organs filled with warm light. Then your arms, your hands, your shoulders, neck, and head filled with a golden light. Feel your eyes and brain saturated with this light. Fill every cell in your body. If emotions arise, let them. Allow them to move out of your body with an exhalation. Notice that this light within you feels healing. Feel this light connecting you to the sun and gathering at your heart center. Imagine stepping out of the lake, feeling that every cell in your body has just been rejuvenated. And send a thought of gratefulness to the lake today. Slowly becoming aware again of the sound of our own breath inside our body. We can make some small movements and adjustments to our fingers, our toes, moving our head side to side, just slowly waking up, everybody, feeling rejuvenated. When you're ready, if it feels nice, you can move your knees side to side or extend from your fingertips all the way down to your toes until you're ready to move over onto one side. And from there, checking in with another breath if it feels good. And then moving on up to a seated position, either crisscross or legs out wide, whatever works. Let's take a big breath in and bring our hands to give ourselves a hug, feeling our upper back. And our hands slowly to our heart. And if it feels good, a little bow towards the earth tonight. Thank you. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Heart. Have a lovely day. Bye, ladies at home. Bye, Francie, Susie, Carrie.
Thanks, Denise.
You're welcome.
That was great.
Thanks, Denise.
Thank you for coming. Happy heart.
Happy
Happy
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.